All right, class, we're going to do a lesson today called Making Sense of the Algorithm. And you are about to be split up into your elbow partners. And there are 3 tasks that you have to do. They all involve a person named Jane and how she does the subtraction problem. So you have to look at how Jane did the subtraction problem, and you have to explain why her solution and her strategy works or didn't work. After you do a task, you're going to go to one of the chart papers around the room that I've already showed you. And one person from your elbow partner group is going to glue the task to the chart paper. The other person will go and pick a different task. Your job is to work on all 3 of your tasks, and when you finish that, you're going to go over and get a laptop, and you're going to do an e-class discussion that has the 4 tasks. So you and your partner will just get one computer, and in the subject, you will put both of your names. A question came up earlier about the task. Does each person get a paper, or just one person? And since you're working with a partner today, you only need to get one task sheet for both of you. Both of you will collaborate together, talk about it together, decide on what your answer is, and then glue it to the chart paper. Okay? Are there questions about that?
No, ma'am.
All right, so remember, after you finish a task, you need to come and get a different task. And you don't have to go in order. You don't have to do task 1, then task 2, and then task 3. But after you finish all of those, you do have your e-class discussion. And then there's one more thing that you can do. If you finish your e-class discussion, you will come and get the extension that we have that looks like this. And that will be the last thing you do if you have time. Okay? So go ahead and get with your elbow partner now. Determine who that is and raise your hand if you don't have a partner.
We bring our pencil.
You can bring your pencil, yeah, but you have to go to your partner. I'm going to be coming around. Oh, I forgot one thing. If you need base 10 blocks, they're over here. Because each one of your tasks will say explain using base 10 blocks if necessary. So that's one thing you could do. You don't have to get the blocks. If you just want to draw out your blocks, you can do that, but they are there in case you need them. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and just give you a task to work on. And you can get started as soon as you have it. Are you all three working together? Okay. There you go. You're welcome.
I'll go get it.
know what to do. You need to put a very good explanation of why you think Jane does that, okay? And again, I'm going to be asking some of you guys to go share that. So be thinking about what you're going to be saying to the camera. Why is Jane rearranging her problem to do her subtraction? And you have to write that out in words. You can show it with pictures. Or you can show it however you want to show it, okay? Be thinking of how you want to do it with your camera.
We're doing test 1, and it is 856 subtract 138, and Jane rearranges it, arranges 856 as 800 plus 40 plus 16, and how she did that, and why she did the 16 and trying to do expanded form is because when you do 856 subtract 138, 6 cannot be subtracted by 8, so she had to regroup.
Okay.
I have an idea. I am going to put a lot of So this is what we did for our problem. The task is to work out 856 minus 138. Jane rearranges 856 as 800 plus 40 plus 60. Why does she do this? Explain using base 10 blocks if necessary.
And what we wrote is, we think that Jane did this because it makes it easier to subtract, and throughout the base 10 blocks that we used.
So we were only able to use 300 blocks, and we were just pretending that it was 800 for the time. So, and then we have 4 tens and
Our problem was task 1. Work out 856 minus 138. Jane rearranges 856 as 800 plus 40 plus 16. The question was, why does she do this? And our answer is?
she did it to make it more simple. So when she subtracts it, she doesn't have to do it every single one.
That's our answer. Okay, so I'm going to play everything for you. On the front, on the front it says, worked out 856.
Why does she do this?
Maybe because it would be easier to subtract from the last
Voice level, bring it down. We have people, we're trying to people who will hear what you guys are saying on video, and they're not going to hear, it's just a whole bunch of noise. So they're going to hear what people are saying. So voice level, bring it down. You should be whispering with your partner. Not talking, just come out.
We did task 1, and we said it's simple. We said it's simpler because if she breaks the numbers down, it'll be easier to subtract piece by piece. And 800, and you have to regroup the 6 if you kept it as just 856 because 8 is a bigger number than 6, so we have to regroup, which is harder. So she broke up the 40, so she could do 38 minus 40 instead of 56 minus 38.
So you take from the 140, leave that 100 and you put up 700 up there.
Turn your voices on.
We think that if she breaks it up into expanded form, it will be easier because when you break it into expanded form, you can have the simpler numbers in the tens place. But if you did it regularly, like 856 minus 138, you would have to do a lot of regrouping.
Exactly. But we think that Jane did her expanded form a little bit off because she put 800 then a 40 and then 16. But in expanded form, you would normally just put the hundreds and then the tens at once. In this one, Jane is taking the hundreds and then the tens. She's probably doing this because she knows that 16 is 8 times 2, so it would be easier for her to subtract that by 8.
Just because
Okay.
Yes.
All right, everybody listen for a second. Something I said just a second ago, to make sure everybody heard. As I'm walking around and hearing your explanations, a lot of you are saying it's making it easier or it's making it simpler, and that's fine, but why? So we have to explain why is that helpful, the way that she broke it down. So she has a reason for doing what she's doing, but what is her reason for doing that? So that's what I want you to be thinking of now, okay? Why is it making it simpler? Why is she doing what she's doing, okay? Make sure you have that on your task as well, and when you explain it, make sure you're explaining it.
No, unable because unable that you absolutely cannot do it. And I also make me
You all need these anymore?
because she is unable
Yes, two. What you doing? Okay, no, it's fine. It's right. Okay, it's 56. Are y'all building it the standard way first, 856 first? Okay, so why do you think you rearrange 856 to be 700?
To subtract. To subtract. I think subtracting is smaller.
Alright, why do you think you're I couldn't choose Could she subtract 162 without reading?
Okay, so
So 5 tens, and she's having to take away 6 tens. Okay. Yes. No. Wait, let me read Jordan's top one. Alright, 5 more minutes. Okay, you can ask me
that she did it in expanded form because it would be easier for her to when she subtracts the 50 and 856 and 60 and 162.
And that it helps her. It helps her. So she subtracts 50 instead of subtracting 50 from 60. Let's explain this one if we don't know. Alright, so our problem was task number 3. To work out 556 minus 168. And Jane rearranges 856 as 700 plus 140 plus 16. And we believe she did this because it's easier to subtract 100 from 700 and 8 from 16. And we use the answer to work out finally. Hello, I'm Cameron, this is Josh, and we did task number 3, and it says how Jane, because she broke down the number 856 as 700 plus 140 plus 16. So she broke it down because maybe she wanted to check her answer, or she did it so she could do one part at a time so she could understand what she was doing.
Thank you. Wait, both you and me. Okay. What do you prefer more, fried chicken or taxi?
Alright, some of you I see still have the task papers. So I see some people are still writing on those. That is okay. You can finish those up. I'll go ahead and be giving directions. Let me turn this on. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and be giving directions for our next activity. The next activity, not a laptop yet. So if we had time, we were going to go to the laptops. We'll show you the e-class discussion in just a little bit, since most people didn't have time for that today. Leave that right there and just go listen. Stay in your seats until I'm finished talking. All right, our next activity is going to be the talk. So we have 3 charts around the room. We have task 1 right here, we have task 2 here, and we have task 3 here. That is, I'm going to ask you to go and just kind of look at what your classmates have done. I'm going to tell you in groups of which one to go to at first, so we don't have everybody at the same one, in case everybody can see. You'll only have a few minutes for this, just to kind of see what your classmates have done. If you still have one that you're working on or you finished, then you go to that one and glue it on there, and then you can look at what everybody else has done. So we'll do that for a couple minutes for you to see. Now, while you're doing this, your goal is to be able to explain why Jane is doing this. Okay, so see what other students have put down why Jane's done this. And remember, I'm hoping I'm seeing something besides it's easier or it's simpler. Why is Jane doing this, okay? Then we're going to put one last problem up on the board. And as a whole class, we're going to talk about what Jane would have done if she had seen this problem, okay? So this group right here, why don't you look at task 1. You can go do that now. Oh, I forgot to say, when I start to count back from 10, 10, 9, 8, that's when you have to go back to your seat, okay? So this group, go ahead and go to task 1, unless you have something you have to glue, okay? This group right here, go to task 2. Hello, this group, task 2. This back group, if you will go to task 3. And this group right here, if you will split up, some go to 1, some go to 2, some go to 3. And thank you for everybody should be in a task at this point. Lucas, you should be looking at what your classmates have done. Let's stand away from the poster so that we can all see. If you're standing right up to a poster, no one can see. Stand back from the poster. Thank you. Take 2 steps back, please. Thank you. Okay. Siri, for a second. Make sure you can see without being right. Once you have looked at one of the tasks, you may go to a different one. I like how y'all are doing this quietly. Because right now we're just reading what other people have said. You can glue that one up there, sure. Thanks. Be careful if you don't pull it down. you've been at task 3, why don't you move to a different one? If you're at task 1 or 2, move to a different one. I'm going to try to move this one over a little bit. Because it's so close. That'll give us a little more room. Okay. Okay. If you have seen all 3, you may go back to your chair before I start counting. That's fine. Go quietly. You don't have to go back to your chair yet because I haven't started counting. But if you're done, you may. Projector to come back on. I'll go ahead and start counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Most of y'all are back to your seats anyway. All right, while we're waiting on the projector, what's up? Why don't you go ahead, Ron, getting this set back up. Why don't you talk to your elbow partner about something that you saw on the chalk box.
There you water slam him.
All right, touch your heads once you can hear me. Touch your shoulders once you can hear me. Awesome. All right. David, you need to put that away now, please. All right, let's look at the projector. We're going to do a challenge problem now. Thinking about the 3 tasks that you did. How many of you got through at least 1 task? Let me see a show of hands. Awesome. How many of you did 2 tasks? How many of you did 3 tasks? Okay. So if you didn't get to the 4th task, which is the E-class one, we will discuss that later. But we're going to go ahead and move into our challenge right now. And this says, how do you think Jane would have rearranged her subtraction problem if she had the problem 1,000 minus 345? So talk to your elbow partner or to your table about that right now, please.
She would break up the I think she would like she would have broken
Yes. Okay, so like to share what you spoke about? All right, Zinnia, what would you and your other partner Elizabeth saying? Jane would have done.
We thought she would have done 600 and 400.
So you think she would have broken up into 600 plus 400? Okay. All right, so is it going to be easy for her to subtract 345 from that now? Okay, tell me what you're thinking.
I'm thinking that 400 minus 345 is easier than doing 345 minus 1,000.
So you're thinking it like this, and I'm writing it what you're thinking? Okay. All right, so let's get some other thoughts. So I'm going to put, this is thought number 1, okay? Does anybody have a different way that they thought about this? All right, go ahead, Julia.
Well, we haven't finished what we were thinking.
Okay.
But we were thinking she would rearrange the 345 as 15 plus 130. But then I'm not sure about the 300. Then we have to get to 300.
So I want to ask you, when you were doing your task, did she rearrange the number she was subtracting or the number she was subtracting from?
Oh, the number she was subtracting from.
Okay. So let's think about that. What do you think, Candace?
You can break up 1,000 like 90 plus 999. 90 plus 999, like break up 1,000.
999 and 90?
Yeah,
Does that
no,
make
10.
sense? Do y'all need some time to maybe put this down on paper and think about it?
Yes.
You want to?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. So if I do 999 plus 9 plus 1,
Yeah.
okay, is that going to help her subtract out 345?
Yes.
Talk to me about it. Julia?
It would help her because she could do 999 plus subtract 345, which would mean no regrouping.
Oh, do you want me to write it differently?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yes. And then when you get your answer, you add 1 to the answer.
Okay, let's try that since we're talking about that. I'm just going to go ahead and subtract out 345 from 999. Then you're saying I'm going to have to go back and do what?
Add 1.
Add 1?
The answer.
So you're saying the answer is going to be 655?
Yes.
All right, we'll see in a second if that works. Any other thoughts? Think about what Jane would have done after working on these tasks. How would Jane have done this? What do you think?
She might have
Hold on, Madison is speaking now. You should be looking at her and listening to her.
She might have done 1,000. She might have broken up 345 into 340.
Remember, she broke up this number though.
Okay. Okay.
She broke up the number that we
Then
were
she
subtracting from.
Then she could have done what Candace said, 999 plus 1. She could have also done 900 plus 90 plus 10 or 900 plus 90 plus
Okay.
9.
I want to do something now that we're getting into this. I want to look at one that she did, okay? So she thought of 856 minus 138. And she said that she's going to rearrange 856 to be 800 plus 40 plus 16. Why do you think Jane did that? So this could still be 100 plus 30 plus 8. When I'm doing subtraction, I don't like to have the plus signs there when I actually am trying to do the subtractions. I'm just gonna, let me see if I can erase those. I feel like that's kind of confusing to have the plus signs there when we're subtracting. Why did she do that? What do you think?
To make it where she wouldn't have to borrow from the other thing.
Was she regrouping the number? Talk to your elbow partner. Was she regrouping the way she expanded it out? Talk to your elbow partner.
She would have to regroup it. She didn't have a good feeling of regrouping. So it's simpler for her. Not for everyone else, where she figured it out together. I think she just her own way. Yes.
Okay, let's think about what we actually do when we regroup. We always start in our ones place, right? And we would say 6 minus 8. Oh, got a problem there, right? So I'm going to go over to the tens place. I don't need my eraser anymore. I'm going to go over to my tens place, and I would make that 4. Where do you see that over here? Yes?
The 40.
The 40. Okay? And then what's our next step when we're using the algorithm? Yes?
You have to change the 16. I mean the 6 into a 16.
Huh. So, wonder why Jane did that. All right. Are you starting to see a little bit now?
Yes.
Okay. So, hands down, please. Now that we've kind of talked about that, which I'm glad that, I didn't know if we were going to need to. I was going to see what you guys were going to say first. But now that we've talked about that, let's go back to our challenge. Okay? So, yes, all of these would probably, well, you know what? I don't really want to get rid of those because we want to come back to those. Let's think now for number 3 here. Jane probably wouldn't have done this or probably wouldn't have done that because all of her examples were kind of the same as what she was doing. So let's think back. If Jane was given this problem, how would she rearrange this number? If Jane was giving this problem. So talk to your elbow partner first.
She would add
You got it? Classity.
Yes.
All right, what are you girls discussing here? What did y'all think Jane would do?
Well, we were discussing, and we thought that she would make the 1,000 like with no zeros in
Okay.
it. She wouldn't do like 500 and 500 because then she'd still have to regroup.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do you think she would do? How would she expand it out?
We're still trying to think.
Still
what
thinking?
she's trying to
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
The last problem she made
I like
6
those thoughts.
But we're trying to see how she can do the number 1,000 instead of her last problem.
Okay. All right. Cynthia, what do you think?
I think she would do 555 and 400
45 because then she would have to regroup with 0.
What I noticed what Jane did every time though, she still had hundreds, tens, and ones. She just changed some things. Now this is more of a challenge. So remember, let's see if I can get back to where we were. See how she still had hundreds, tens, and ones. She didn't just break it down into two things. Max, what are you thinking?
Okay. So, what I'm thinking is that you have 1,000. I'm thinking, why not you make the number that she's subtracting out of 1,000 and figure out what's left after you take that out. Like, okay, so you can take out 5 and you have the 5 with 345. Then you take out 40, which would leave you with 50. And
Now I want to know what Jane would make this number though. That's what we're still trying to get it. I said I understand that how you're wanting to say how to subtract it, but we still want to think about what would Jane make this number. Julia?
What I'm thinking is that she'll do 900 plus 90 plus 10.
Okay, my pen's kind of acting up on me. Let me try to write that one more time. I think I can get it back this way. Okay. So, what do you guys think about that?
Yes. Yeah.
So let me go ahead and write down the bottom number. Again, I don't like these plus signs, but I'm just expanding it out and then I'm going to take it away, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. It makes sense.
Talk to your elbow partner about that. Would Jane do that? Yes. Who would like to share? Yes.
Because if you really regrouped it, like the first problem, there, yeah. If you did 1,345 and then regroup 990.
Okay, can you walk us through the algorithm now? You want to just do that?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Cross out 1.
Cross out the ones place, the 0 in the ones place?
Cross out the, yeah. No.
Oh, you want me to come up here?
Yeah.
Okay, cross out the 1,000.
Yeah, put a 0.
Okay.
And then go to the 0 before the 1,000.
So what place is this?
Hundreds.
Hundreds place. Okay, I'm going to cross that out. What am I going to make that?
A 10.
Okay.
And then cross the 10 out and put a 9.
By room.
Okay.
Sorry, that's a little messy. Okay, so that becomes 900.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do this a little better.
Just put 9.
Well, I like that you did the 10 first, so I want to keep that. And then the 10 becomes a 9. Okay? And then what?
And then cross out the 0.
So there's 900 and there's 900, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay, cross out this 10, the 0 in the 10's place.
And put a 10 above it.
Because the 100 becomes 10 tens, right?
Yes.
Okay?
And then cross out the 10 and put a 9.
All right.
And
And then look, 90
90,
and
yeah.
90, okay?
And then the ones place becomes a 10.
Because 110 breaks up into 10 ones, right?
Yeah.
So there's 900, 90, and 10. Does that still make 1,000?
Yes.
It needs to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and now we can easily subtract. So, kind of thinking that's what Jane was doing, was making it. Y'all kept saying she was making it easier to subtract. So she was expanding it out, but kind of the same way that we do what? Regroup. anyone have anything else to share? All right. Oh, Max?
Sure what I was going to say?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Oh, we need to wrap this up too. We'll wrap that up too. But we're running out of time. So if you want to stop, you can, but we'll let Max go ahead and share and then Julius. We'll see if Julius was right.
Okay.